What we gonna do right now is go back, way back. Shake, give me your thing. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, come on, shake, come on, shake, come on, give me your thing. Hey, big girls like do the round, fat girls like do the round. Woo. Fat girls, let me see you grind. Woo. Fat girls just doing their own thing, right there with the fat thing. And the fat girls just shaking them thighs. Fat girls don't make it count.
Excuse me.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
But you like that girl, hit the ground, hit it up, and you hear that sound. Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it easy. Fat girl just shake it, don't speak. Big girl, let me see you do it spin. Let me see you touch the ground. Shake it out, back down. Drop the ears in the house. Work it out, work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like you around. Fat girl keep going, don't quit. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl get down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl, nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl go what you know. Fat girl shake till you rip through what? On the web press, hard part two. Lips and outs, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shame. Shake that ass, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Fat girl like to do the ride. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 big girls like do the ride. Hey, hey, more hey. Let me hear you say, hey, hey, more hey. Big girls like do the ride. Shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now listen to this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, brought 3. Can't hang with 106 beat. Fat girl, know the happen, don't quit. Fat girl, run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, I'm loose like it off the net. Fat girl, bring the crew to top the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl, bounce hot and stop tripping. If you do, get chicken and hot bitch. With a lot right, come to the night speed. I really shit, get the damn way I cheat. But fat girl, show the boy a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn let you out. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are, not the damn hours. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. Yo! Welcome to another edition of the Uncle Luke Show podcast. It is brought to you by Luke Records and Luke Gear. You can go on the Luke Records site at www.lukerecords.com. Not with an S, with it, just no S, just lukerecord.com. Go there and get your gear right now, people. Hopefully I'll get my money from the guy who's distributing it. But how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? I hope y'all having a great day. They're having a great week. I mean, what is it? Wednesday? It's hump day Wednesday, and I'm late as usual. I mean, what is it? 8 o'clock? It's 8 o'clock. And by the way, we do rebroadcast this show. And, I got me a drink. This is the closest I get to alcoholic beverages. All this rain outside is throwing me off. But listen, man, I want to welcome you guys to the show. Right now, before we start the show, we want to always tell people to let us know where you're from. Go in the chat and tell us where you're from. Shouts out to the people on Facebook. Shouts out to people on Facebook fan page. Shouts out to all the people on my YouTube page, Uncle Luke TV. All my people on Twitch. All my people on Instagram. All my people on X. Hey, we up in the building, bitch. And that's what we doing. Hey, what's up, Glenn? Phillips, that's a regular. Phillips is a regular. That's my guy. Hey, I got my girl, Glow. How you doing, Glow? How you doing, Glow? Glow had a little technical difficulties yesterday. I went on TikTok, and Glow was on TikTok, and she had a little friend, and Glow was, I didn't know whether Glow was going. Let's just say that. Glow was going. Glow has a little bit of strawberry in her. If y'all know who Strawberry is, she don't normally come over here. She comes over there on the other side. What's up, Jen? What's up? Swartz? Hey, Fort Lauderdale in the building. How you doing, Fort Lauderdale? We got Virginia Beach in the building. Everybody up in here, man. Y'all come on up in here. Come on, call, like, share, and subscribe to the page right now. This is going to be a really, really, really exciting, big show today. It's Wednesday. I'm back on the saddle. As you see, I'm like Glow. As you can see, I got a glow on me. I got a glow. I don't have to go do no more meetings. I don't have to put that monkey suit on. I don't have to do none of those different things. I don't have to go and explain to people how I'm going to change their lives. How I'm going to change their lives. We're going to change a lot. These are the things that we're going to do. We're going to be able to change your life. And then people sitting up there, yeah, okay, we're going to vote for you. We love you. All that there. And then next thing you know, you go to the poll. And the next thing nobody goes to vote. It's like, oh my God, what we doing? God have a plan for all of us. Don't tell me stop, Glow. God have a plan for everybody. You gotta love God. If you really believe in God, God makes no mistakes on nothing. If you really believe in the Lord above, you believe in Lord God, Jesus Christ, he makes no mistakes at all. Zero, zilch, none, nada. If you believe in the man upstairs, you will know that he's in control of everything. And I try to tell you people that on a consistent basis, but y'all don't listen to me. Y'all never listen to me. Y'all say y'all believe, but y'all don't really believe. Y'all ain't about that life. You ain't about that Jesus Christ life. God is the guy. You ain't about that life, because soon as something go bad, y'all be like, and y'all don't say, well, God, Jesus, you okay, you're showing me something, and I know that, everything comes through you, and everything is cool. You just get ready to teach me a lesson that I don't know nothing about. And it's never a bad thing. And if it's bad, then you take the good out of the bad, and then you just like, okay, let's go, baby. Let's make it happen. So that's how I live. That's why people be like, are you okay? I know you didn't succeed. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, God bless me with the fact that I get up every day.
I'm gonna always be okay because I'm always gonna be okay with him because he's the one to determine whether we do what we do. And it's a lesson between everything. If you say, hey man, this right now, I know you just went and did this deal, and I know this contract should be about $1 million, but it's really $500,000, and you fought, you went and fought your ass off to get the $1 million, but then it only came up to $500,000. Then what ends up happening, that's God telling you, just be humble. And then you sit back, and then you watch him move, and before you know it, 3-4 more other things, $500,000, damn, he just gave you another $1.5 million when you were all getting in your feelings that you didn't get that $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Do y'all understand? I'm preaching today. I am preaching today. And now I'm preaching. I'm telling y'all some good stuff, and I ain't even offering a pot. I'm not even asking a pot. I do not have a pot going around, and I'm not one of them crooked preachers out of Broward County and some crooked ones in Dade County. So again, I'm just giving y'all some good information. Have faith in the man upstairs. Believe in him because he is the true decider of the direction of our life. And if you don't believe that, then you don't believe. Don't call on him when you in a bad time. Don't call on him. Don't go call him. Hey, God, help me out. And then you don't believe. You understand? Believe that what y'all say he works in mysterious ways. He does. He does. I got up today and I woke up with this big smile on my face, and I'm up here moving. I'm moving and shaking. I'm building. I'm in hibernation. I'm doing things. I'm being creative. The head of my film division is in LA, and she called me up. Luke, where you at? You here? I'm like, no, I'm not here. I had to go do some things with my little one and everything. So, but then another call comes in. Well, I got a whole bunch of other calls. People who called me who did not support my campaign, my friends, so-called friends, don't expect me to answer the phone for y'all. And that goes for family members too. I'm telling y'all, I'm not answering the phone. I'm not answering your text because I don't give a fuck about you because you ain't give a fuck about me. It's just that simple. I cut off a lot of people. If you what, hey, look, I don't ask for nothing. Never do. I'm always supportive of everybody, and I'm always supporting other people. And one time that I called on some people to say support what I'm doing because I'm doing something to help thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people, and y'all fell short, fuck y'all. Don't call my number. I'm not picking up. If you notice that I'm not picking up, I am not picking up. Just that simple. I'm not picking up. I'd rather fuck with a stranger than mess with one of y'all. So you heard it first right here. You heard it first. Part of me was change the number. Now I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of doing that because I don't want them to be harassing my good friends. Just know that I'm not picking up the phone for you. It's just that simple. You know, you ain't friends on the convenience. You know, you be having them friends, man. As soon as you get ready, oh, Luke, get ready to do a big show with such and such, and they hear, oh, he going over there. Next thing you know, all the people calling, hey man, can I roll with you? Can I ride with you? No, fuck y'all. I don't have no problem cutting people off. If you ain't grabbed a sign, you ain't had to make a contribution. If you didn't grab a sign, like I be getting on there caping for people, going hard for people and shit. Like, no, don't fuck with her, don't fuck with him, and all that, using my platform. And they call me up and say, Luke, can you help me out and do this and all that? I be like, yeah. Hey, Luke, I'm in a tangle. Can you make a phone call for me? Yeah. Not no more. No, money. Not gonna do it. No, not at all. I'm only fucking with the people who fuck with me. Just that simple. Rick Ross of the world, him and his sister, love him. Larry Dog, love him. Miss Gloria, love him. Don't even know this lady from a can of paint. Just met her on the campaign trail. The lady ain't asked for one dime. I couldn't even pay her. And all she did was work. I believe in you. And then work, kick ass, took names. The job she did was worth $10,000 a month. Meanwhile, I had a whole bunch of crooked motherfuckers in my camp who were asking for $7,000 and $8,000, ain't brought nothing to the table. I fired their ass, and all they doing right now is sending me letters to me. I want to get paid for what? Yeah, I'm gonna pay you. I always pay everybody. I would send them pennies and shit. When you don't work it, you'll get U.S. currency. That's what I do. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all to the show. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Do it right now. 3, 4, 5 other things came on the table. Today, God woke up. God woke me up today and said, okay, here we go. Like I say, you missed one opportunity and 4, 5 more opportunities come. It's like, God damn. You know, it's like, damn, okay. That's why it always happens. That's why I never doubt the man upstairs, because if he don't put you in one position, it's because he has 4, 5 other positions that he needs you to do. Because if you do that one position, you're not going to be able to do those other positions, and you'll be able to still serve. God is good all the time, and all the time is God. Y'all just don't understand, man. I have a real relationship with the man upstairs. You may not think it. You may not think it, but I do. But I do, because I believe. I'm a believer. Yes, I am. Hey, man, let's get on with the show. We got a really big show today, ladies and gentlemen. Show is dope. It's good. We're going to talk about Jasmine Crockett. We're going to talk about Hakeem Jeffries, how he tearing up the fucking Democratic Party. This man is tearing up the Democratic Party. Them people playing all kind of tricks on him. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about him and Jared Kushner going in the back room, having a meeting. Jasmine Crockett getting up there talking all her shit on Capitol Hill, whether or not it's a distraction or what it may be. We're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith. Is he a distraction? We're going to talk about Jemele Hill. Is she a distraction? We're going to break this shit down from Democratic Black Caucus to the different sides of it all. And some people going to be calling me up after this show, be like, Luke, man, they're going to fucking do something to you, man. You better chill the fuck out. No, I'm not fucking chilling out, because I play chess like they do. Some black people like to play checkers. I play chess, unfortunately. I don't play checkers. I know their moves. I know their moves that they get ready to make. I know the moves that they're getting ready to make on us as black people before they even make the move. I know the move. I see it. It's like I told y'all that Debbie Wasserman Schultz lady was going to run. I told y'all that before. You heard it right here on this show. I was like, yeah, she's going to run in the black district. No. She ran. I told y'all the moves. I told y'all before, if I don't get black people who don't normally necessarily vote to vote for me, that I'm going to lose. And yes, we lost because they bought all the votes, in my opinion. So I told y'all these things, and so people was like, what the fuck? I know how the game goes, unfortunately. I know how it goes. And if you know how the game goes, if you know how it works, and I told y'all, the crashing of the Democratic Party is happening right before your eyes. I told you the Congressional Black Caucus, all they want to do is have a September party and have y'all over there shaking y'all ass like y'all really at a caucus. It's a party. It's a freaknik. Democratic Black Caucus is a fucking freaknik on steroids with a bunch of people in suits that want to act like they about that life, like Hakeem Jeffries. Oh my God, the man did a fucking interview. Where's that clip? I need that clip of him sitting up in there. Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn with my Yankee hat on. I'm hip hop. What do you say? He was a hip hop congressman? Fuck that. That nigga's a goofy. I'll talk about that a little more in the whole show. And then hey, look, man, Miami Heat, we got Klay Thompson. We got Klay Thompson. We got shooters. We got shooters. Yes, we do. And that is a beautiful thing. Hey, man, listen, man. My girl Jemele Hill, I'm going to talk about her. And Stephen A. Smith. I got to talk about Jemele Hill. I'm gonna have to bring them together, but we're gonna talk about that in a lot more. Jolly versus Donald. That's gonna be interesting. Miami Dolphins, we're gonna try to handicap that. And then we have another situation where a young man, Cam Vaughn, obviously got put off the team by University of Miami, and now he's suing. He wants to sue the school. So we got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to run through this fucking show like X-Lax up in here. Half of y'all don't even know what X-Lax is, but we'll start it right here. We're going to, since I wanted to go biblical on you all, I'll just wait later on for that. So here we go. Let's go right here.
Miami, it is my pleasure and it is my honor to introduce to you the next Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Florida, Brian Avila.
Thank you, Miami.
All right. So there you have it. There you have it. Big chess move by Byron Donald, Republican Party. Big chess move. What did he do? Byron did what he should have did. He got a Hispanic to become his running mate. Unlike what Jolly did, Jolly went and got Gwen Graham, which is what our other brother should have did. But, it's a little, most people thought Jolly was going to get an African-American to be his running mate, which would have trumped the Trumper in this case, but he didn't do that. So Byron Donald made a major chess move by making a Hispanic his running mate, sending a message out to the Hispanic community and the white Hispanic community and the Trumpers that, hey, look here, man, y'all need to support me. Y'all need to support this, right? Leaving a little window for the people leaving a little window in rural area in Florida for the people to be like have in their feelings, like them rednecks be having getting a little bit in their feelings. So it might, but then they are not going to choose. They're not going to choose Democrat over Donald Trump, Republican. Donald Trump is going to be going down and heavily campaigning with Byron Donald, and that's going to be big. That's going to be major. He's going to be hitting every spot with him. And so that's what you have. That's a big chess move Byron Donald has made. Byron Donald is going to get a lot of, like I predicted, he's going to get a lot of upset African-Americans, especially African-American men. If you look at the numbers of African-American men who went independent because they feel like the Democratic Party is not for them, if you look at the amount of African-American men who have went independent, just know that Byron Donald is going after those independent black men with some of the things that he's saying. And so at the end of the day, people, you got to understand this is big for him to pick a Hispanic as a running mate. This is major. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that guy is powerful. Obviously, that taps into more money from the Hispanic community that you can ever imagine. Hispanic community in South Florida got a lot of money, tons of money. Around the state of Florida, tons of money. So he picked the money over the bullshit. And so at the end of the day, you got a black man running Democratic Party. You have an African-American man running. And this guy went to Florida State. This guy went to FAMU. So make no mistake about it, he's a real black man. I look forward to sitting down with Byron Donald one of these days and David Jolly to hear what their real plans is for the African-American community, because so many people talk a bunch of shit, especially people on outside of Florida. They got so much to say about him and what the needs are of our community, which a lot of those people I don't really respect too much anymore, because those same people, the Democratic shields, those people who sat up there and I always got something to say about protecting of the Democratic Party. They didn't protect the Democratic Party when it came to Debbie running in our race. They didn't have nothing to say. And I'm gonna get to Nikki Free in this podcast, that she didn't have anything to say until after she qualified. They didn't have anything to say. So right now, who are they to have anything to say about Byron Donald in the state of Florida? I'm just keeping it a buck. How you gonna get up here and say, oh, Byron Donald shouldn't be the governor and we shouldn't be supporting Byron Donald because he's this, that, and the third, he ain't for black people and everything? Are you for black people? If you sat there and let Debbie, DW, whatever the hell y'all want to call her, run and you didn't say anything, only person that said something was Joy Reid. Joy Reid was the only person that said something. All the rest of the Democratic shields stood down. They didn't say nothing because they were protecting their pocket. And I'm talking about the caucus people and the people in the media. Y'all worry about your pocket. Y'all were, hey, look, my good friend Roland Martin, he was worried about his pocket. Jemele Hill and all of them, you know, I don't know if they worried about their pocket. A whole bunch of them were worried about their pocket. Everybody wants to sit up there and talk shit about Stephen A. You can do that all day, all you want to, and talk about him because Stephen A. balances the scale and he wants to talk to everybody. That's the same thing they doing to Stephen A. is what they did to Ice Cube. But unfortunately, we're in a time right now where a guy like myself, who actually ran in a race, can say, call bullshit. I can call bullshit. This day and age, we can call bullshit to the Democratic Shields because Democratic Shields did not say nothing to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, therefore saying to us that her and her people run the Democratic Party. People have been screaming and hollering all the time about AIPAC and how AIPAC controls all your black elected officials. And what does Charlemagne call him? AIPAC, Hakeem, AIPAC Shakur. Everybody know that. Everybody knows that right now. It's out there. So that's why the Palestinians then created them a party. And they said, oh, fuck it. The Democratic Party is for sale, especially the black members, because they have no black support, no black money. And so you can go buy you a black congressman, a black seat at the same time. The party is going to hell. And Hakeem Jeffries is at the forefront of it. He thinking, this dude is sitting there thinking that, oh, by having a conversation with Jared Kushner is going to position him as he in a position of power. Then after he have a secret conversation, the shit gets out. That he going to go sit down in Brooklyn with a baseball hat, Yankee, like, oh, yeah, I'm about that life. And we ain't taking no prisoners. Man, you talk that shit, man. That man is a goofy. You are soft. Hakeem Jeffries, you are soft. You stand for nothing. You lost all your respect with the Debbie Wasserman Schultz thing. Ain't nobody believe nothing you talking about. You can go, because you from Brooklyn, that don't mean you about that life, man. You work with this man at a law firm, and now you want to talk that bullshit? No, bruh. Ain't nobody stupid. You think people are stupid? What you did was played yourself because you did exactly what they told you. They probably told you to go and meet with him to out you that you did meet with him. Two niggas running around having secret meetings, you and Clarence Thomas. Oh, you went out there and had a meeting, and then you want to come back with you go sit in Brooklyn with your Yankee hat like you tough. You went to the Ivy League school and you worked with this man at the same law firm. You want to sit here and lie to the American people, especially black people. Last week, you said you went for Medicaid, but you're going to go into projects where Medicaid is serving. You're going to go do a video in the projects where Medicaid is serving so many black people in the blighted community, their insurance, and you're going to go sit your happy ass up in there, not a supporter of Medicaid, and then talk like you tough. Like you bought that life. You talk that tough shit to Ron DeSantis. So you bring that shit on. And what happened? The man gerrymandered the map. Him and Jared Moskowitz got together, his former employee. They got together, gerrymandered the map with Debbie and all of them sat in the back room while you sitting your punk ass up there and letting them do what they do. How can I win? Oh, this is what we gonna do. Jared, in my opinion, this how we gonna trick these niggas. We gonna let Debbie, when you go in there, you're gonna buy some of these pastors. Go to Hopewell first. Hopewell, go to Hopewell. Go to, in my opinion, you can buy Hopewell. You go up in them churches and you can buy these motherfucking pastors. Go find you one of these Divine Nine groups who gonna sell out and go get you a restaurant in the black community, give them some money, and they gonna let you camp out and all that bullshit like that there. And this is how we gonna do this. This is how we gonna do this. We're gonna take out of this district. We're gonna merge you with Jared Moskowitz. You're not gonna run against your fellow countrymen and your fellow the guy who in the same religion you are. Y'all ain't gonna do that shit. So what we're gonna do is how you run against the niggas, and this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna run against them, but we're gonna create a pathway for you to be able to win. How are you gonna do that? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. As long as you don't go run in 22 and try to take one of the Republican seats, you just run against the black people. You take over their district by buying you some community activists and buying you some pastors in Broward County, which she did, and buy you some ballots, in my opinion, which happened, because I said that before. And then this is what we're going to do, bro. I'm going to create a pathway, this run. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to take out 4 black cities out of congressional district 20 that ain't got shit to do with none of this shit. I'm gonna take what you call it out. I'm gonna take Riviera Beach out. That's a big black community, and we're gonna put that in Lawrence Franco spot. Then we're gonna take out Belglaze, South Bay, Pahokee, all them black people. We're gonna take them out and put them over there in mega country. They don't even know what district they in, and so now we're gonna add in Carl Springs and Plantation. We're going to add in some Coconut Creek. We're going to add in a whole bunch of white people into the district where we'll give you a fighting chance, and then you can go. Meanwhile, all of them beat on it, including Nikki Free, including Hakeem Jeffries, including the Black Caucus. Everybody doing shit. So then fast forward to right now where we at today. Hakeem Jeffries, you sitting up in the back room having a meeting with Jared Kushner to do what? What are you doing to do this?
Party needs to be cleansed from the inside out. We need to get rid of all Democrats that are collecting AIPAC money. Fetterman has to go. Schumer has to go. Hakeem Jeffries needs to go. If the Democrats win the midterms and take back the House and the Senate, Hakeem Jeffries cannot be the Speaker of the House. Ro Khanna needs to be the Speaker of the House. Why?
I don't know who the fuck Ro Khanna is. I like what she said at the beginning. I had to cut off, but now she's trying to sell me somebody. Don't sell me nobody. Don't sell me no Democrats. How about let's get rid of all of them, especially the black ones. Get the whole thing. You're not gonna be able to do it in this cycle, but you can be able to do it in the next cycle, because everything that they've done right now is after the fact. Y'all see, they waited till the election, it was over, to show their ass. Oh, I don't believe in no Medicaid. What? You're black. And then Trump pulled a fast one, which I told y'all. Y'all got mad with me. I said, hey, Trumpy, they cheating, in my opinion. They got the ballot, and Trump gets a ruling from the Supreme Court. No more mail-in ballots. Oops. They should have did that before. But then I'm just saying, Hakeem Jeffries. So Hakeem Jeffries, this is what you just did. You just threw black people under the bus for insurance. You just went in the back room and had a meeting with the devil. And think about it. Everybody that Jared Kushner meets with. Jared Kushner met with the people in Iran. And when he left, Jared Kushner goes up in there cutting deals. This man's a deal maker. He go up in there like, yo, hey, look here, man, what we doing? How we doing it like this? And Jared Kushner sit up there, man. Look, man, I'm finna come take over your country, and I want you all. I want all this. I want your bags. I want your goods. I want your money and everything like this. And when Jared Kushner leave, he go to taking something. He go bombs over Baghdad. He did in Iran. He had a meeting with Iran. And then say, no, fuck you, Jared Kushner. Go play with yourself. You and Marco Rubio. And they went back home, and then the bombs stopped bombing. What happened in Venezuela? Jared Kushner and Marco Rubio went over there, hollered at them, say, hey, look, man, we need this, and the third. You don't give us this shit. Let me tell you like this here. It ends bad after you meet with Jared Kushner. It ends bad. Everything ends bad. So then now you're going to go have a backroom meeting with Jared Kushner. And then you're going to come out to, ain't nobody going to be doing nothing. We still stand firm. Y'all ain't going to be able to making no money off the American people. They already made the money. All y'all making money. Everybody in Congress, everybody in the Senate, people are going in. You got people going in as what? Bartenders, and coming out 200 million. Really? Really? All y'all doing it. Everybody is doing it. Elon Musk doing it. All of y'all are doing it. You've got these people on these islands. Y'all looking at these big ass houses. Y'all wonder how they living in these houses. They doing it off government money. Everything is off government money. And all of them are doing it. So all they do is put on this big ass show to the American people and have y'all go for the okie doke. But that's where we at, people. That is where we're at. So Hakeem Jeffries crashing and burning the Democratic Party. And then they're all going to be running around in September. Somebody called me up and say, Luke, you should go to the Black Caucus. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I have 2 people call me, tell me go to the Black Caucus. I'm not, no. What am I going there for? A party? Do you know how many parties I've been to in my life? Well, they could book you there. No, you can't book me there. I'm not going to that because it should be a meeting of the minds of the Black people that runs the Democratic Party that's involved, and they should have Republicans in there. If it's Black people, Black agenda, having conversations about where we at, where we stand, that's what I thought the Black Caucus was. That shit is a big ass party, big ass fucking freak nigga. Y'all got it. Y'all can have it. I'm good. I'm okay. While the white people sit over there and look at y'all, they be up in the hotel, look at them. Yeah, we gave them some money to have a party. We gave them niggas some money to have a party. They're gonna have a party thinking they run some shit. They just walk around with their suits on and all that there. With all the women trying to holler at them and all that. Yeah, I'm a big man on campus. A bunch of green ass goofies running around talking about their big man on campus, acting like they run something, but you really didn't run nothing at all. I love it. I love it. Have your moment. Do your thing. It's a beautiful thing. Do your thing. See, you got to see this with this guy who's crashing and burning the Democratic Party.
Legislation from 2013 to 2021. You've not co-sponsored it since you became Democratic leader. Will you put Medicare for all up for a vote if you become Speaker?
Well, listen, these are all conversations that the House Democratic Caucus is going to have. Right now, we're focused on November 3rd, not January 3rd. What we are promising the American people is that we're going to fight to make health care affordable for every single American. And we know there's a lot of damage that Republicans have done that we've got to restore and repair. For instance, Republicans have enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. More than $1 trillion or so has been cut from Medicaid, and what you're going to have is about 14 million Americans lose access to health care.
Do you personally support Medicare for all? Do you personally support Medicare for all?
No, as you indicated, I haven't co-sponsored the Medicare for all legislation that has been introduced over the last several years. I do think we need to figure out how to fix our broken healthcare system and then build something better once we repair the damage that has been done. Now, that will include doing things like extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits so that more than 20 million people who have seen their health insurance premiums skyrocket, in some cases by up to $1,000 a month. That's not sustainable, and that's something that Donald Trump and Republicans have visited upon the American people.
Just to be very clear, though, as a Democratic leader in the House, would you vote for or against Medicare for all?
I think, as you've indicated in your question to me, it's not legislation that I currently am co-sponsoring or that I support.
Okay.
But we do support the notion that we've got to find a path forward to fix our broken healthcare system and make healthcare affordable for every single American.
The guy's full of shit. Y'all heard it out of his mouth. That's why I keep playing the same clip every time I'm getting ready to talk about this dude here. He don't support it. But yet still, you go to a meeting with Jared Kushner, everybody find out about you going to the meeting with Jared Kushner. You then go into Brooklyn, where you're from, put a Yankee hat on like you're tough. Like that makes you a tough guy. And then you come up there and talk this tough man shit about, oh, yeah, I had a meeting with him, but yeah, that don't mean we changing how we stand. You're not like that. You're not about that life. You're not Hakeem Jeffries, you're not the hip-hop guy. You're not the hip-hop congressman. The culture has thrown you out. I have officially thrown you out. If you had any inkling of being in there, if anybody in the culture who have grandfathered you in or ordained you in to the hip-hop culture, no, you're out. You're out. you don't represent the culture because you left the culture stranded. You left the people of the culture stranded. You left one of the icons stranded. Fuck you, get your ass out. Have a nice day. And you tear down the Democratic Party. Jasmine Crockett. Let me just say this here. Jasmine Crockett, Jemele Hill. I love you guys to death. Stephen A. Smith, I love you all to death. A lot of y'all are doing this. Y'all are distracting us. Y'all talking a lot of shit. Y'all got to fighting Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett out there fighting Stephen A. Smith. The NABJ tearing down Stephen A. Smith. Whatever you believe should be happening, that's your business. He then going back at them. Jasmine Crockett goes to Capitol Hill. She then talks her shit on Capitol Hill. And then Jemele Hill goes after Stephen A. Smith and everybody else and Roland Martin and all these people going after him and all that. All that's distraction. So tell me, of all that going on, how's that helping Black people? I wait. Now, all of my friends, I know all of them personally, but explain to me, how in the fuck is that helping Black people with all y'all fighting each other? So y'all fighting at the front door while they fucking us at the back door. Think about it. Jasmine, you're done in Congress. You should be up in there bringing all the money back to your district in your last and final days. All the big talk and all the yeah, and all the catchphrases and all, that's fine. But show me the money. Show me that you're taking the money. You, in your last and final days, you are getting the money from the government and bringing it back to your district with a big old bag, like you Santa Claus. You talking that shit on the way out the door, but you got a big bag of money going back in your district. That's what you're doing. I guess we live in a culture in a day that's cute. We got Desperate Housewives going on, so we need all that love and hip hop going, and that's what we gravitate to. Meanwhile, they're fucking us in the back door with no Vaseline. While y'all sitting up in there, oh, go girl. And I love Jasmine to death. But right now, you're on the way out. The Democratic Party, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, they screwed you. They left you hanging too. You should be out there talking your catchphrases with a whole bag of money going out that motherfucker door. Yeah, motherfuckers, I'm leaving this door, but I'm going out there. That's what you crazy Black people should be getting excited about. Not all the catchphrases and all the jazzy talking and all that there. And then at the same time, at some point, we got to be adults. Stephen A. Smith, Jemele Hill, all of y'all. At some point, we need to have a meeting of the mind. Y'all are some brilliant people. Jemele Hill, one of the smartest person I ever met. Joy Reid, one of the smartest person I ever met. Kerry Champion, one of the smartest persons I've ever met. Stephen A. Smith, one of the smartest persons I ever met and sat down and talked to. I'm talking about my brain like it's a fucking computer. But y'all fighting the most intelligent people in the history of our culture, of our people. Y'all got a big ass fight going on while them people are screwing us at the back door. We can't even have a meeting of the minds. Y'all just showing young people that it's okay to fight people, but these young people out there look at that shit and they look at y'all and they look up to y'all and they think that's okay. You don't see white people fighting each other like this. They sitting up there laughing. They laughing while they robbing us at the back door. We ain't come together in a consolidated effort. All y'all do, y'all put more attention on fighting each other than y'all are with Debbie Wasserman Schultz robbing us for a black seat. Then these young Black kids are getting ready to get robbed because Congress has nobody up in there. You got fake ass, goofy ass, Hakeem Jeffries and all the rest of them sitting up in there. They getting ready to rule against these kids. Because as soon as AIPAC tell them, no, rule against them because we gonna take these kids NIL money and put them on a cap. Why we can't? And then NABJ, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you crashing and burning and tearing down another black man? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, that's cute. That's cute. But meanwhile, NABJ, you tear Stephen A. Smith down, but you had Donald Trump there. Didn't you have him at your last meeting? Hello? Didn't you invite him? It's like, oh, NABJ, we're fair and impartial to everybody. We're the media. And you had what? What? But you want to tear the black man down? Because you say y'all disagree with what he had to say. I understand now. Don't bother with the sisters. But you inserted yourself into something that you don't even want to have a conversation about. So anybody gonna say that? But I will. I will, because I love all of them. And I love my people. But my people are selling us down the river. The powers that be, y'all are sitting there with these cat fights and y'all want to always condemn. Oh, I don't like that. Atlanta housewives. That's just showing the buffoonery of us. I don't like that love and hip hop. That's some buffoonery shit. And, oh, we're not like that. But y'all doing the same motherfucking thing. Tell me y'all ain't doing the same thing. Tell me y'all are not doing the same thing when you sell black people down the river. Hakeem Jeffries and the Democratic Congressional Black Caucus and the Democratic shields in the media. You're not selling us down the river. You're not having a whole fucking Atlanta housewife deal and a whole love and hip hop going on when y'all going back and forth, arguing with each other, when y'all know y'all love and respect each other. Because when I went at Stephen A. Smith for saying something I don't like, the first person that called me was Jemele Hill and explained to me how many people Stephen A. Smith helped at ESPN that look like us. She checked me, put me in my place. Luke, don't do that to Stephen. Stephen is a good dude. He helped so many people. So all of a sudden, I'm sitting up here like, hold on. I'm going to talk about it because I love all of them. I want all of them to shut the fuck up and sit down in the room and work their shit out. Because that is not showing these young people, our young people in our community, this is how you deal with things, including the fucking lady from the NABJ. Because if you sat down with Trump and you made this old excuse, see, we could make cute words. We could sell some shit to people. We could justify all kinds of homicides with everything when we know damn well it's wrong. We're sitting up there, oh, we're going to invite everybody here. So the big thing this year is tear down the black man. I don't agree with it. You better handle it different. Meanwhile, while you're tearing Stephen A. Smith down, you got goofy Jeffrey over there taking Medicaid from black people. The goofy taking Medicaid from black people while y'all been catfighting. Them people robbing us at the back door. You done lost a Democratic seat. And then now y'all want to jump on Byron Donald or another black man because, oh, he's with Trump. Y'all lost your credibility. You lost your credibility. All you black media people, Democratic shields, all you black people on social media, all you black people in Congress, you've lost your credibility because you had nothing to say about Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's the queen of AIPAC. You have no credibility right now. You can't say nothing. Shut the fuck up. Reboot. Hit reset. You have no argument. Only person who could really talk right now is Jemele Hill. Jemele Hill is the only one who can say something about something. Because she was very outspoken at the beginning. No, I'm sorry. Joy Reid. Joy Reid is the only person that can say something right now because Joy Reid was outspoken about this travesty that was happening in Florida. And the rest of y'all ain't say shit. That's the only person that can say something. Joy Reid is the only person. Joy Reid got my all ultimate respect. The rest of y'all sat there Roland Martin, you sat there. You sat there, bro, and say shit. You got the cold word from them people and say, don't say nothing because, again, I know you, you know, you do a lot of great work and getting black media the money. But, bruh, you can't sell your soul down the river for $1. You got to stand on something. Y'all got to stand on something. So my point is this, people. Either you're going to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. And at the end of the day, Jasmine Crockett, screaming, hollering, do your catchphrases, running out the back door in Texas with a bag of money, taking it to your district, sweetheart. All that shit is dead. Ain't nobody trying to hear this shit. Nikki Free, this is your problem. You need to be fired. This is on you. Nikki Free, let me get you, before I get straight in here, let me get Nikki Free. Let me cook her ass. This is Nikki Free for y'all. Nikki Free did what? I had a brother that was running for Senate in the life cycle. He's a Navy veteran, Navy pilot, forensic guy. He done went and fucking found bin Laden. He was part of the team to find, he was rocket scientist. Dude almost went to the moon. Big time Navy pilot, went to Florida A&M, all accolades, all this multi-millionaire, bought 3-4 golf courses and everything. Big money guy. This is my brother, Stanley Campbell. I'm going to talk about him. He's got a lot of money, but he's great. Nikki Free picked a lady, and I'm taking you back, a lady running for Senate. He was running for Senate for the Marco Rubio seat, and she picked this Spanish lady and snubbed him all the way down the highway. He said, Luke, I don't want you to be involved with the campaign. I chilled and I sat down and I ain't say shit. The lady snubbed him. Nikki Free did that. Nikki Free took a lady who was getting her ass whooped every year, ran that lady against him, treated him like shit. The man lost in the race, and what ended up happening? The lady lost. So fast forward to right now. Nikki Free does this. She go find all these gullible niggas who want to be close to her and play games with her. She's a part of the Nikki Free, Jared Moskowitz, Debbie Wasserman Schultz crew and all that. She's a part of that entire group. So what they do is they go find black people that they groom. So they groomed Chevron Jones, who daddy, by the way, supported Nikki Free, and who daddy, by the way, supported Debbie Wasserman Schultz in his church in Broward County. So you know what type of motherfucker he is. So Chevron Jones was groomed by her. Chevron Jones and her turned on Billy Corbin when Billy Corbin wanted to take over the Democratic Party locally in Miami-Dade County. They groomed him. They ran him against Oliver Gilbert. He was going to be a part of the whole coalition of Schultz, Moskowitz, and he was one of their good old boys. And so what ended up happening, he ended up losing to Oliver Gilbert, who nobody supported, not even the Democratic Black Caucus didn't support him, not even the Democratic Party, Nikki Free and all of them, they didn't support him. Oliver Gilbert ended up winning. She lost that race. She never said anything about Debbie Wasserman Schultz until after she qualified. Bullshit. So then now, in this year, the lowest amount of people went out and voted in Dade and Broward County since 2014. That's on Nikki Free. In Broward County, you have in Dade and Broward County, you have, in the state of Florida, you have at an alarming rate, at a 40% rate, African-American men going to the no party affiliation. That's on her watch. This woman has trashed the Democratic Party. She looks for black people she can control to run for black seats that she wants to control. She needs to be gone. She needs to be fired. Because here's what's going to happen. Her and Jolly, they didn't say anything until after, which they didn't say anything before, because if they said anything before, then that'd put them in a position like, hey, look, lady, don't do that. She should have had a conversation with Debbie and say, run over here in 22. She didn't do that because they're all a part of the shit, in my opinion. So she lost total control of the Democratic Party. You got a bunch of mad-ass people in Broward County. You got a bunch of mad-ass people in Dade County. You got a black man who went to Florida A&M and Florida State coming down the pipeline like I told you. Byron Donald. All Byron Donald got to do what? You got Donald Trump that took away the main shit of those damn mail-in ballots. So your main power source of rigging an election have been taken away. So you not Byron Donald for the first time, and God knows how long Broward County might turn red. And Byron Donald is going to do it. And that's going to be a real difficult chance for Debbie to win against the Republican. Wouldn't that be some shit? That lady need to be gone. The whole shit, kitten and caboodles of the Democratic Party needs to be erased out of here. New leadership. And do you know something? There has never been a black person lead the Democratic Party. Do y'all realize that? In the entire history of it in the state of Florida, they had a Cuban, Manny Diaz. They've never had a black person. That lady need to be, for more reasons than one, she's a part of the oppression of black people in this state of Florida. It's on her watch that they gerrymandered the map and allow Ron DeSantis to take away 4 black cities out of Congressional District 20 and bringing in 3 white cities to help this lady win. Oh, bullshit. Anybody stupid? I play chess. I don't play checkers. And then you know which black people you could buy. So at the end of the day, people, if you don't get control of this situation, you're gonna lose it. I can't wait to sit down and have a conversation with David Jolly and ask him the direction of what's his plan for black people, because these white people don't have no respect for black people. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They know they can buy you. If they know they can buy these pastors in these churches, and you pastors in these churches, let me say something to you motherfuckers here. And yes, I did call y'all motherfuckers. Y'all are selling y'all people sold out. You shouldn't even be fucking with no politics. But yet still you parade up in there and then you stand by people and all that. And that go for all y'all. Any pastor that stood up there with a politician talking about I'm endorsing that individual, you're full of shit. Politics should not be playing a role in the church. You shouldn't be endorsing nobody. You should let the people do whatever they got to do. Y'all sitting up in there letting people come in your church and stand up on stage. I heard one motherfucker got $100,000 for letting the lady stand up on the stage. And you want to be respected. You know what's going to happen? You put the people like that on the stage, you're going to find yourself in 10 years with no congregation. Because your congregation can't go nowhere right now. A large part of the people from Dade County moved to Broward County because they can't afford to live in Dade County. And then the other part of them moved to Atlanta. That's why you go to University of Miami and Georgia Tech, the stadium full up with black people from Miami, because all the black people from Miami left that motherfucker and they went to Atlanta. And so now when you can't afford to live in Broward, where you going? You ain't going to be able to afford to live in Palm Beach, because Lord Franco up there gentrifying that motherfucker and making it too expensive to live. Only resemblance of Broward County that's going to be left is Chris Smith, because he played the game well. He got that CRA money, built his business, and he's sitting there waiting for all y'all niggas to be out of there so he can just have all white people sitting up there, because Las Olas is going to be an extension of Sistrunk. That's what they're waiting for. I'm just saying. But meanwhile, enough of that. I didn't cook these motherfuckers here. I just tell it like it is. I'm sorry if y'all don't like it. I just tell it like it is. Numbers don't lie, people do. Numbers don't lie, people do.
Jacksonville, Florida, at the town center. So we made reservations for 5:15 for like 8 because I have family in town and that's where they wanted to go. And they made a big deal like everyone needs to be there or you can't be seated. And we're like, 5:15, the Texas Roadhouse, like that's weird. I got there and the place is jammed packed. I mean packed. Then we ate all the good stuff. And as we were leaving, the parking lot was so packed and the line at the Texas Roadhouse in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't eat at chains. Like, I make a big thing about local business, but everybody wanted to go there. They wanted a good steak, and my salad was really good, and my baked potato and my steak. And I'm just saying that when I see Jacksonville business chainer not thrive, love my town.
I brought Streeter in on this right here. Streeter, so how you doing? Welcome to the show, Streeter. That's my good man, Streeter, Footballville. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me, man?
Now I hear you.
What's good, man? What's
So
up?
Streeter, everything good, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Streeter to the show. Straight from Footballville. He got the number one podcast, number one show for all the good people, who want to keep up on University of Miami football, on sports, on sports for the youth and everything. Y'all give him a round of applause, people. Thank you for being here. He's the world famous Streeter. Let me just say this, Streeter. I brought you in. I'm glad you're here with us because we got a lot of things we want to talk to you about. Cam Vaughn and University of Miami and these players coming from the NFL. But I played that clip right there because me and you have conversations all the time about Black people sticking together. Now, I didn't set it up because I wanted to introduce you, bring you in, but then say this. That's how white people support each other, because early on in the week, they got this big group chat where there's 400,000 white people in it, and they talk amongst each other. That's their thing. They get on there and they talk, they racist shit, and they support each other. And if one of the white people do something to a Black person, then they do a big GoFundMe. They end up having $2-3 million in the GoFundMe. And in this case, there was a situation where they talked about this spitting in the food when the Black clients come into Texas Roadhouse, and they were talking about it, and they sent out the message to do it all at all Texas Roadhouse. If you work there, spit in the food when the Black people come there. And that was their thing. So what ended up happening, it got leaked from the site. And so it went out to everybody, and then Black people started saying, we're going to boycott Texas Roadhouse, other than boycotting their ass to the poll. We're going to boycott Texas Roadhouse. So what ended up happening? What? The white people heard that, and just what you just heard what that lady say, they lined up, packed out Texas Roadhouse like they never did before. Lines around the corner, Streeter. Lines around the freaking corner. Say this. So y'all getting ready to do this with Texas Roadhouse? We're going to support it more. Almost similar to when the CEO or one of the owners of Chick-fil-A said, hey, look at man, I don't believe in the gay thing and all that. I ain't with that. And then all of a sudden the LGBT community say, fuck that, we boycotting Chick-fil-A. And it was lines around the corner. White people have a tendency of supporting their shit, but Black, why we don't do that, Streeter? That's the question I want to ask you. Why don't we support each other in that manner? Why does it has to be a situation where we're going to do what? We're going to do a boycott. We're going to have the pastor tell us to boycott because we
will support. We've done stuff like we're not going to support no spitting in no food. That's the ass backward part. That's backward part of it right there. We're not going to support nobody spitting in no food. That's what they doing. That's the ass backwards part of it.
They supporting their white colleagues.
Yeah, but we're not going to support. We have morals, right? We're not going to support spitting in food. We're not going to line up, right? If you say you spitting in food, to us, it's like we don't care if you black or white. That's nasty.
So we ain't going to support each other by all means necessary, whether we right or wrong?
No, not if your employee says spitting nobody's food. We're not like that. But think about them. Think about where are their morals?
They don't care. It's white is right. If you're doing something wrong to another white person, they're not going to support that. But if you're doing something wrong to a Black person, they're going to go get all the money. Look what they did with George Zimmerman. When George Zimmerman wrongfully killed Trayvon Martin from Miami Gardens, They went and did a GoFundMe page and supported him and paid for his legal defense team. They do it all the time. Why don't we do the same thing?
We've gotten behind things before.
When it's wrong,
we would emotionally do it. Those are emotions. Like we emotionally, we would do it.
Street, the only thing
I just don't think we do it with any. Like we don't do it with any strategic plan. That's what we don't do.
Street, the only thing we got behind that we knew it was wrong. Nope. When it was another black man allegedly committed a crime, and they took that and ran with it. They said that we supported a black man committing a crime, which was OJ, who, by the way, wasn't sleeping with no black women and had no black friends. He was just as white as you could ever imagine in the world. When OJ, they felt like the black jury acquitted OJ, and that was black people standing behind a black criminal for killing a white woman. From that point on, those white people don't have no problem supporting a white person who does commit any crime toward a black person. That is when it started. And we don't operate like that anymore. We don't operate, and I don't think we.
Give me an example where we had a change.
Evidence in the case. It wasn't really us supporting him because we felt like if we felt like he committed the crime, it was some white people on the jury too, but they looked at it as black people supporting a white person, black people supporting a black person who unalived a white lady.
Give me an example where we had a chance. The guy who shot the police and walked past him and stared at him at the courthouse and stared at the police at the courthouse like he didn't care. I don't know. I've seen supportive comments in comment sections, but
that's going to get me in trouble. If I give you some, let me say this. There's been many chances. We are so sympathetic. We condemn a black person if he allegedly commit a crime against a white person, because we, in our brain, black is bad and white is right. That's in our brain. And so we're more apologetic and sympathetic to a white person, especially a white woman, than we are with anything. And I'm just keeping it about. Y'all can shoot the message all y'all want to. I'm saying how we are as a people. So in the OJ case, they didn't say, okay, we're gonna, they saw, this is what America saw. A bunch of black people cheering in the streets. Yeah. And white America saw that. And they saw all across the world, black people were cheering, yeah. And they felt like OJ killed her. And the black people were celebrating. And from that point on, they then took a life of their own and said, look, anything that a white person do to a black person, we're going to be okay with it. And we're going to support that person. So then fast forward to the Trayvon Martin. That's why they gave all that money to the Zimmerman defense team. That's why that's why nobody has been put in jail for Nolan Wells. That's why 5, 6, 8 black people been hung in Mississippi and ain't nobody been put in jail, because they know that it was done by a Caucasian. And they ain't going to do it because they're going to look out for each other. If it was us, we stand there. We stand there as police officers, knowing that we have the right to arrest a police officer who illegally unalive a black person. We stand there as individuals and we let it happen. The black officer, when the black officer could really lock that person up. We stand there. In my election, we stood there and allowed a white woman to come in there and take a black seat that has never been taken in 30 years. And they supported the white lady. So we do that. We don't stand with each other. We don't stand. We're jealous of each other. We don't stand with each other. Only time we come out when it's cute. Oh, we're going to boycott Target. Oh, we're going to boycott this. We boycott. We've been boycotting and marching all our fucking lives. But we don't boycott and march for nothing. That's why I'm so happy.
At the polls, bro. They would have came out for that.
I'm so, Streeter, we don't do it. I mean, listen to this guy right here. He even got, a white guy got in.
Speak to any other white males that are listening or white people that are listening in general. We're not fooling anyone, and we're not fooling ourselves. And I know, because I was raised and conditioned to see the world a particular way, I know what my ears are hearing. And you can place all the context you want around it. Someone said to me recently, Pastor, he did not say, quote, black women. You're right. He called specifically 4 black women, one of which was Michelle Obama. And these educated black women is who he was talking about. And in the context, it doesn't change. And until we can come to a place where we acknowledge that rebranded, sanitized, polite racism is still racism. And the great Franciscan priest Richard Rohr says it like this. He says, you cannot heal what you do not acknowledge.
You see what I'm saying, Streeter? Everybody's identifying it. OJ set this country back further than what you thought it was. White people have been speaking out against it. Charlie Kirk, like everybody goes after us, but then we sat out there and we cheered that OJ got off. The white people got mad, and they have been supporting each other for committing crimes against African Americans for God knows how long. Look, remember the young football player, and you a football guru. You remember the young football player who went out with the little white girl, and they put him under the jail. They gave him damn near life in prison because the little girl said they had sex for her to come back and say, it was. Look at the kid. Look at the kid right now. Look at the young man who's at the track meeting, went up under the tent, and they put him in jail. And they not Nolan Wells, but the other young man who got this big time legal team, and they're trying to undo that. They're going to support each other against us, especially when a crime, especially when a crime is happening. And we don't get that. We don't get that. It's us against the world. We don't get that. It's us against them. So we constantly bring them into our houses. Now, I'm not saying all white people are bad, but that's goddamn showed a whole lot of them that are. We send our kids out on the boat with them and thinking it's all cool and shit. And what ends up happening? Our kids go out on the boat and don't come back.
Come on.
And nobody goes to jail. But we know damn well if the roles was reversed and if the roles was reversed, all the black kids would be in jail right now.
Everybody in jail. Everybody guilty to proven innocent. Everybody.
So again, but we don't realize that. Why we don't realize we have to protect our own by all means necessary, because they're protecting their own by all means necessary. So when they get on a group chat of 400,000 people, and they go in there talking all their racist shit toward black people, and the FBI don't pierce their corporate veil. The FBI don't go up in that group like they should be kicked out in that group to see the hate shit going on, but then they'll go into the Black Panther group. Oh, Lord. Now I'm cooking with grease. They'll go into any black organized group to then say, y'all can't organize. We're going to tear this shit down from within because we're going to go get the leaders of this group and anybody that can then replace the leaders of this group. We're going to put all y'all ass in jail or we're going to unalive you. But they don't do that to them groups because it's all about what? White power. That's where we at. And we ain't getting the message. So that's why it irks the fuck out of me when they allow themselves to come. When we always welcome, we are welcoming people. We're welcoming the enemy. Come on in, Gladys. Come on in, Miss such and such, Miss Ann, Miss Daisy, and all that.
Culture, our media, we just let them come on in, do what they want to do.
Come on in, do us how you want to do it. What you want to do? Flip us over and just I mean, you're in media. You are arguably the best at what you do when it comes to covering youth sports, covering college football, and because of who you are, because of the color of your skin, prevents you from reaping the rewards. Now you big time. You making decent living, but they ain't trying to put you. They ain't trying to say, okay, hey Streeter, we want you on ESPN. We want to bring you on First Take to have a conversation with you. We want to bring you on Fox News to talk to you about and get your opinion of the situation, whether it's at Miami or any situation that's about the issues of youth sports and college football. But if you were of different color with the platform that you have and the cachet that you have, they'll be calling you. Mm-hmm. They'll be calling you. And a lot of times it's a black producer going to look for somebody white that look like you, but not necessarily looking for a person like you. And see, that's what I'm saying. That's where we at. That's where we at in this country, Streeter. So when I look at this right here, and I had to look this up right here. This African-American woman. And now, mind you, today is the 26th of August at 9:18 p.m. at night. Mark my word. This is right here what I put up here on there with this black lady and her husband bought 40%, and I've looked it up because it ain't no Serena Williams deal with the Dolphins. It ain't no D Wade deal with the Dolphins where they give you 1% or no percent. It ain't no Jay-Z deal with the Brooklyn Nets. No, this is a real deal. This lady and her husband bought 40% of the San Diego Padres. Why the fuck we ain't running around trying to go get a Padre hat? Because we're stuck into thinking it's that bullshit that they sell us. That's why ain't nobody could ever tell me, oh, Luke, we want to say you a part owner of the Dolphin, put you in a suite. Like they did with Serena and Venus and D-Wade and all these people here. 1% or no percent or no nothing. Jay-Z is the part owner of the Brooklyn Nets. Come on, man, this is real. This is fucking real right here. And that's why I put this on here. This lady, we all need to be supporting the same. We all need to be San Diego Padres right now because there's never been a black owner in none of these major sports. Football, basketball, baseball. We need to be celebrating this fucking lady and her husband. You see that shit on there? 45%, $3.9 billion. They bought in, Streeter.
I see.
And if I said it, we don't believe it. So I have to always go to Google and put the Google or ChatGPT up here so people can actually see it. Let that soak in for you right now. I'm going to find me a San Diego Padre hat tomorrow. As soon as I can get to the goddamn to Dick's Sporting Goods, I'm going to give me a San Diego Padre hat. And I'm going to put that on because to me, that's historic. That's major. That's big. We ain't own no franchise since Satchel Paige, since we owned a Negro League, when we owned our own damn teams until they integrated, till they then took our best players from the Negro League and put them in the White League to then take our best black players out the White League and then replace us with Dominicans. I'll rest my case. Oh shit. I'm cooking today, Streeter.
Yeah, you sound like you sound like somebody that's gonna ready to run again.
Why am I run again?
I don't know. You sound like it. Sound like it's still burning in your belly. That's what it sounds
No,
like.
it's not burning. Oh, no. I've been MIA, Streeter. I've been missing. I've been letting you handle it. But I want to ask you this right here. This is what I want to ask you. I want to let you look at the clip, and I want you to tell me what's going on.
Check it out. Cam Vaughn transferred to the Miami Hurricanes from West Virginia, but recently he was dismissed from the team.
From another roster standpoint, Cam Vaughn has been dismissed from the team. Wish him the best, and the Canes will press on and ready for our next practice.
Now, when that happened, people wonder, what would Cam Vaughn do? Because there's no other transfer portal window. Would he have to sit out a year? Well, Cam is doing what everybody else does in the NCAA when they want their way, taking somebody to court. It was reported today by On3 that Cam Vaughn has filed a lawsuit versus Miami and the NCAA. In the article, Cam Vaughn's side, here's what they're saying. Today, we filed suit in Miami-Dade County against the University of Miami and the NCAA on the behalf of Cameron Vaughn, an accomplished Division I wide receiver who committed to Miami based on his promises of a multi-year scholarship and revenue sharing and NIL compensation. On August 17, 2026, Miami dismissed Cam and canceled his scholarship with no written explanation, no identified rule violation, and no hearing. Miami then refused to submit the waiver request the NCAA requires so that he can enter the transfer portal, leaving Cam without the ability to pursue his education or a team to play for. We are asking the court to hold Miami and the NCAA responsible for their failures to Cam and grant him the relief he needs so that he can continue his education and career. Man, it's wild times in college football. I'm very interested to see where this goes because
okay, Shrita. There was some loaded accusations
right.
that they didn't sign the waiver, but they released him from the team. That's one. Number two, and I'm gonna let you have it because this is your neck of the woods. You know you're the insider. Number two, he's not gonna win in Miami-Dade County.
No.
You're supposed to sue to the city that you're trying to go to, and that judge will allow you to then prevail. But he's not going to win in Dade County. All those judges down there are University of Miami fans. That's number two. So I'm going to let you take it away. Tell us how we got here.
How we got here? Cam Vaughn transferred in from West Virginia, which was Luke, when he transferred here, it was odd. He announced that he was transferring. We announced it. We put it out. Miami never acknowledged that he was transferring to the University of Miami. Never acknowledged it. Didn't get a bat signal. Didn't get the little dentist. He didn't get any of that. So he transferred. He comes here, and the kid could play. They say he was one of the better wide receivers out there. But I don't think there was ever a fit in the locker room. He seemed to have some problems with coming in. I heard he had some problems with the coaches in the locker room, couple problems with a couple players. Then he got arrested. He got arrested for reckless driving, I think, in Georgia. Yeah, he got arrested. He got arrested for reckless driving. I'm not sure if we told Mario or not, but when that came forward is when it kind of came to a head. It seemed as if, and it wasn't long, he was off the team.
Didn't you break that story?
Didn't break it. We knew it. Broke it in the Villains membership. Yeah. We the only
Shouts out to the Villains membership.
Yeah, the Villains were the only ones knew for weeks, and everybody was on Twitter. What are they talking about? Oh, they said, no, you got to be a villain to know what was going on. Like the Villains do. Yeah. So I guess we broke it inside our ecosystem.
So, you say he was. You say this guy put up some good numbers at West Virginia, correct?
He could play.
So it wasn't no slap, and he did not like force his way on the team. I mean, when you say that they didn't acknowledge him for being a player to come and play for Miami.
Yeah, it was weird. They didn't put out a bat signal. They didn't none of that. It was weird. It was weird. But then he came. He was fine. He played spring and he looked good. I heard he was maybe fourth best wide receiver out there, bro. I remember one of our villains kind of broke down his film, and he was very excited that he was coming. He could play.
So why is it that his waiver is not getting signed?
That's the question. There's no transfer portal right now, right?
Correct.
But I'm thinking that Miami could sign his waiver, right? And when the portal opens, if that's how it works. But there is no portal right now. So
correct.
Right. So what I think he's trying to do is, like everybody has done, is force his way, put the NCAA feet to the fire, right? And make them make a decision. The kid Xavier Lucas that Miami has, this is interesting. Wisconsin didn't sign his. Remember? He got a lawyer. They figured something out. They said, let's just unenroll in school and then let's just enroll. Let's just enroll in Miami. And it's almost as if some of the NCAA rules are like straw rules. Like it's like nobody never contested it. And then somebody contested and it's like that was an electric fence, but it wasn't on. Like he just walked through the fence.
That's what it sounded like to me. It's like the guy just walked onto the football field and nobody acknowledged he was on the field. He was out there playing, and you saying that he was arguably like top 5 player on the team, top 4 wide receivers on the team. Was it that?
Wait, Luke. Jay Dirty said, "Well, how's there a portal for the NFL players to come back?" That is true. So there's a portal open somewhere. You just got to find the dimension that is in.
Like the portal, like that round thing that you go hop into and like, oh, I found the portal.
You just got to experiment. You just got to find out which dimension is in. There's a portal open somewhere.
But that's a good question, because if you get kicked off the team, right? I would assume that they would sign your waiver. They going on about your business. And I think probably the kicking off the team came, in my opinion, I don't know, it came when you did the driving infraction, when you got put in jail or whatever in Georgia or whatever happened, and probably some other things that was going on, like you're saying. They, again, coach run his team how he want to run his team, and you find yourself going home.
Right.
You find yourself, but I don't know about the waiver thing. That's very interesting. That's very interesting, because if I'm Miami, I would just go ahead and sign his waiver and be done with that. And so now, if he's going to be suing somebody, he would be suing the NCAA, and I wouldn't even have that as a distraction. Getting ready to go into the first game of the year. What's your opinion of that?
Yeah, I would just leave it alone. I mean, but I'm not sure what that's about. There is no portal, allegedly, for players that was on the team. But why wouldn't they just sign it? Now they got this bad press out 7 days before, 8 days, 9 days before a game. And I know Mario don't like stuff like that. Mario rigid, like he don't. Yeah,
because I mean we've had enough of off the field things happen in the last month, and I guess that happened. Cam Vaughn probably. I mean, hey, look, we had another wide receiver here. We ain't calling no names, and he ended up got caught speeding, and he was allowed back on the team. He ain't no longer with the team, but because his eligibility ran out. But at the end of the day, there have been some cases where we've had players that had traffic tickets and things like that, and they were allowed back on the team. You do some punishment, and that's normally that happens. But at the same time, I say this: that I want to ask you this, Streeter. if you can get, and I was gonna go into this portal thing with the NFL. If you can go into the portal in the NFL, why can't you get on a new team now? If he got kicked off.
Because the judge literally said, when they rose that, the judge literally said a specific year, a specific player is allowed. Because of the 5th year rule. So that judge granted a specific year of eligibility to players who came out in a certain year. Luke, it's like a la carte, Luke. Like they just doing. You go to a judge and it's like almost like you don't never know what you're gonna get. Life is about the chocolate, but you gotta try. The NCAA getting tagged. They getting their behind whooped in the ring. If this was like Martin episode where he had all the lumps on their head, like they getting whooped up in the ring, Luke.
Right, but my thing. Let me say this. The large part of the NCAA getting beat, they're getting beat in other people's arena, right? And I say this to say this, like Trinidad, they filed suit in Mississippi, and they got a Mississippi judge to say he can play. It's like in this case, this young man is filing suit here in Miami. He's not going to get a Miami judge to rule against the University of Miami. That is not going to happen. Wherever he was going, if he had a team in Biloxi, Mississippi that wanted him, he would have gotten a judge in Biloxi, Mississippi to rule for him against Miami.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? He's not. Ain't no judge for the allow him to prevail here in Miami. All those cases that happen against the NCAA, they happen on the turf of those schools and those individuals. You see what I'm saying?
Somewhere else, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it happened. It happened in the place where they wanted to get. Right. And so Buddy then filed a suit in the wrong place. What judge?
Maybe you want to go by you. I don't know.
Yeah, what judge in Miami-Dade County is going to rule against Mario Cristobal in the University of Miami? Listen, if this is on Vegas, boy, I'll be taking whatever odds it is to be like he's going to get a rule against him. So now let me ask you a question. Miami Heat gets Klay Thompson. They surrounded themselves with shooters. I kind of said that when you got Giannis and you got Bam, 2 all-stars, 2 big men who demand double teams. You can't double team them. All they need to do is add shooters. Now they got Klay Thompson. And did you know you're old, right? You just cut the hair off your face, right? So you can look young. You're old. You remember when Klay Thompson daddy played for the Miami Jackson Senior High?
No, I ain't that old.
Well, let me tell you
Michael
this.
Thompson? What's his name?
Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson daddy played for Miami Jackson Senior High. That's why I say I put on my tweets, welcome home, son, because this is where it all started with your dad. Dad is from Bahamas. Shouts out to my Bahamian people. Dad from Bahamas. They come over here. They play for Jake at Miami Jackson Senior High. They put this team together and they call them the Jackson 5. I don't know if you could look it up. You know, you a guru when it comes to looking up the footage and the articles and stuff. He plays for this team called the Jackson 5 at the Miami Jackson. They go win, beat everybody brains out in the state of Florida. Obviously, you know how they do up north Florida. When they get mad, when they have a team that dominant, they go to investigating, and then they eventually investigated them, and I think they took their state championship away from them after the fact. But his dad actually played. So I'm thinking, if I'm going somewhere, if I'm Klay Thompson, I'm in Miami, I'm embracing Miami Jackson Senior High. Would you think that's what he would do? I'm embracing my Bahamian family members, and I'm so close to the Bahamas, and all the Bahamians coming over looking at Klay Thompson. It's like a homecoming for him. Would you think that?
You think he know the story?
I don't know, because he didn't say it in the press conference, and none of them numbnuts in there, none of them numbnut reporters even mentioned it to him. Because that's why I get upset with y'all people who be at these press conferences, like you. Y'all go to the press conference and y'all asking all these questions, these exotic questions, but you don't ask questions that people don't know, that people need to be educated on.
No,
why is that?
People got to do a job, man. People got to go write a story, man.
But they could have said the best story in the world right now is your dad, Klay, welcome home. And then Klay said, huh? Yeah, welcome home, because your dad played here. Do you know the story of your dad and how great your dad was with that Jackson 5 team, arguably the best team to ever play basketball in the state of Florida? And then Klay, like, did your dad tell you the story? And then he like, yeah, man, I know my dad would hoop, and I know my dad played at this high school here in Miami. Are you going to go visit the high school at some point? That's a big story. And your relationship with the Bahamas. I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying? It's a big story. And this owner owns a Carnival cruise ship where he does so much Carnival cruise business with the Bahamas. That's a big story. That's big.
Yeah, but they got to know. Some young kids, they got to know.
So I guess
they have to know the story first. Some of them reporters are young, man.
I guess it's only being revealed right here. That's why we here. That's why I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, Klay Thompson, dad played for Miami-Jackson Senior High School basketball. They won a state championship. He's from Bahamas, and they came over here. They had a team called the Jackson 5. In the heydays of Jackson 5 beat everybody brains out. And I'm happy that Klay Thompson is back here doing the same thing. Oh, you got something? There it is. That's it?
The Jackson 4.
Where Michael Thompson at?
He on there.
Oh, you don't even know where he at? That's right. You too young. I think that's him right there.
That's him right there in the front, right? Look,
that's him right there in the front. Yellow dude.
Number 30. No, he number 34, actually. Right there. Another light-skinned dude right there. 34.
That's him there?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Jake at?
Jake Caldwell, the coach.
Jake Caldwell.
Michael Thompson, 34. Cecil Rose, 32.
Cecil Rose was a bad dude. Cecil Rose was a bad dude.
Lockhart, 21.
Do you?
Them jokers don't like they in no high school, man. Them jokers old.
Hey, let me tell you this, Streeter. I remember going. They were real rock stars. I remember going to the game. I was a kid then. You go to the game, man, you would have to stand out in the lines around the corner to see these people play. The gym full up. They used to call it the White House. They call it the White House. I'm trying to tell you, this man need to know the history of his old man and him playing there. Where man, hold on, man. Where's Glover the Lover? Glover got to know the story. Where's Glover? Let me see if I can find Glover. Glover the Lover. Glover was a. I think Glover might have played with them.
Glover played ball.
Glover, the basketball coach.
Yeah.
Let me see. I ain't never did this where I had the show going on and I'm calling somebody. Let me call Glover, because Glover is a historian when it comes to basketball. That man, Glover the Lover, how you doing? I got you on my podcast right now. You're live. I got a question for you. You remember when Michael Thompson played for the Jackson 5?
Yeah.
Did you play against him, or was you on that team? Or what's your?
No, I rep this guy. He used to play Jackson. I rep games when he played on the Seawolves.
So you remember that when they used to call the gym the White House?
White House. Yeah.
So what that team? So when you see, my question to you, when you see Klay Thompson coming back here, and I was wondering why no reporter asked him about this partially being a homecoming for him. Do you look at this as a homecoming for his dad to come full circle, to come back to a town where he played high school ball?
Well, it looks that way, but I don't think they didn't even. I asked that same question. Why they never brought up he's coming back? He's coming here where his daddy played at, and see something like But I guess because he didn't play, his father played. They probably didn't make a big issue of that, I guess.
So how many years did the dad play for Jackson? It was just 1 year, or how many years did he play?
I want to say it more than 2. It might have been that one, but I know, but they know that this one. That year they call him the Jackson 5.
Right. That team was that team one of the best or the best high school basketball teams ever assembled in the state of Florida? I mean, you're a historian. You know this better than anybody.
They were the best 5. It was a total team, but they didn't have 5 players. So overall, remember they went 33-0.
Right.
With 5 people.
Anybody ever did that?
I think somebody had, but I can't remember who it was.
So when you ref that game, you looked at them and you knew they were different, huh?
Oh yeah, the whole concept and the speed of the game, everything was totally different. They were the best team doing that time at that time to play during that year. Like I said, it was truly 33-0. They were just that good. They had the total package, the height, the speed, the shooters. They had everything you want on a basketball team.
So was it hype around that team, like standing room only? You couldn't get in the gym?
Always. All the White House was always packed. Always.
So ask them, when did Ray Shipman and Rui Glass come to Jackson?
When did Ray Shipman and Rui Glass come to Jackson?
Oh man, I'm bad with time. I'm bad with that. But
is that the Ray Shipman who played for you at Pace, Daddy?
His son.
Ray Shipman played at Pace. Yeah, at Pace.
That was the dad. That was the son.
That was the son.
Yeah, that's Ray Shipman. That was the dad over there, but it was Ray Shipman. The son played at Pace.
Oh man, that's something else. But yeah, man, I wanted to ask you. I'm gonna call you when I get off the show. Thank you, I appreciate it. Did Rui play on that team with the Jackson 5?
That's my best friend's brother. That's what I'm trying to find out. It was close because my best friend was the mascot.
Go back to the original picture. Is he on there? You just called out the names of the people.
No, Rui Glass. Let me see if I can call Frog.
Rui, I coach Rui, one of Rui's sons at Northwestern.
I know, Cambrell, right?
Cambrell, yeah. Cambrell Marshall. Man, listen, man. You see that glow? That was one of the officials who officiated.
Glover, yeah. And he coached.
The man, there we go. His games, the dad games. I'm looking at it as a homecoming. Hey man, this is where your daddy, if this were your daddy played basketball.
I got my friend Frog right here. Hold on. Let me ask Frog. Hold on. Frog. Hey, we live on the Luke show. I got a question for you. The Jackson 5, Michael Thompson and all of them, how close were they to Rui Glass? Okay, right. I'm looking at this now, 1975, Luke. Yeah, they way over than Rui. Rui was like the 80s, huh?
Rui graduated in 87.
Right. I just realized this was 1975. Yeah, Luke. I didn't even pay attention to that. Yeah, Luke. Rui Glass and Shipman was like the 80s.
Oh, okay. But that was a dynasty, man. That Jake was a beast. Jake Cardwell was a beast. Ask him where that team, in his opinion, that Klay Thompson daddy played on, Michael Thompson, where that team stands.
We going now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but man, let me tell you.
That's a good catch, though, Luke, man. That's a good catch. You're right. He is coming home. I wonder, was he raised by his dad, right? You know, that's always a question. Like, right, was the dad in the house? Like, you know what I'm saying? Would he know the history? But it looked like he's close to his dad.
Yeah, no. He close to the dad and the mom and all them, but it is amazing. You know, I'm excited. And I hope, and this is my thing, you know, because again, we embrace our history of like my son. He comes in, he played the game, and they change the uniform, and I see him put a football uniform or Jamaican uniform on the football players. You embrace your history. Kids should embrace the history of their parents. Hey man, if I'm going to a city where my daddy played basketball at, where it all started from with him, and right across the water is where we're from, where he's from, the Bahamas, and he came over there. Back then, Bahamians had some of the baddest basketball players, you name it. I don't know what they were doing over there, but them boys was over there playing, and they would come over here, and they were way better than everybody else over here. I don't know where that ended, but I would embrace that. That's him. That's the connection that he has. And one thing about the Miami, they'll exploit that. They'll exploit that connection. And that's why I was excited. I'm like, man, of anybody, man, I always looked at Klay Thompson as one of us. You know, I'm half Bahamian at the end of the day, but one of us from Miami. And I've never heard the commentators or anybody mention that, yeah, man, his daddy was the real deal, because they always go back into history. So I would love to see him and his dad sit down, have a conversation about, you know, at Miami Jackson, right, go to the school, in the gymnasium, in the White House, and the dad be like, yo, this is where the fuck it's all started at. Because that is literally where it all started at. You know, yeah, you go into the playgrounds, but then when you go to high school, you really get your name in high school. Duke Johnson got his name in high school. He got it on the park, yeah, at Hadley, but he became special, and the world knew about him in high school. You know, and we see that. Malachi Tony, you know, Malachi Tony became, we knew about him at Heritage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We knew about big fella at Ohio State at Chaminade. We knew about all these guys when they, you know, yeah, they emerge in the park. Yeah, we know that they're going to be special. But then there was a lot of kids that was special in the park that didn't make it to the next level in high school. You know, in high school opens you up to the world. And that's why you get recruited by the world, by the things that you do in high school. And so this dad, he became great in high school, and he ended up, what college did he end up going to?
Where did
he go? See that you rusty. You're a little rusty, but going past that, my University of Miami football, you've been out there covering them all year, all summer. How we looking? Tell me how we looking. Who are we looking at to be in the who's the Reuben Baines? Who's the star players? Is this quarterback everything they're advertising?
Yeah. I think he's better than what people think he is, to be honest, which is just kind of like when Cam Ward came in too. People wasn't sure how good he was. I think Mensa hasn't been in a big market yet, and I think what the Miami market did for Cam Ward is about to do for Mensa. Miami has a championship.
You can roster. Take the Jackson 5 off the screen. Oh, there we go.
Miami has a championship roster. I mean, there's no way around it. They lost 2 first rounders in Bain and Mesidor, but the guys sitting behind them, I mean, aren't slouches. I mean, Lightfoot, Blunt. Their defensive backs, I mean, they have 3 or 4 NFL defensive backs. OJ may be a first rounder the way he's been looking lately. It's a championship.
So OJ locked down like that?
OJ has turned into a pit bull, Luke.
Really? OJ was always one of my favorites coming out of high school.
When 15 pounds of muscle, he looks like a man. He done turned into a pit bull.
Really?
Yes.
Whole nother level.
Yeah, he's the leader. He's a vocal leader. He's taking over. Then you already had Damari Brown, who's finally healthy and ready to play. Luke, it's a championship roster, Luke. with a first round quarterback. The kid had a second round grade coming out of Duke.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm ready for the ticker tape parade. Should I get prepared for the parade?
That's on paper. On paper. They you know what I'm saying?
Sound like you got a little reservations.
Well, because we can't go into
okay,
SMU.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Mario, now he has to be flawless. It's time. 11-1, 12-0. You can't drop games that you shouldn't be dropping. Those days have to be over. I mean, the team is too good now. I mean, you got the offensive line, you got the trenches, you recruiting the best talent in the country. It's time to take the next step.
So you covered this team for God knows how many years, right? Yeah. You went to all these playoff games. So you saw the Ohio State, you saw the Texas A&M, you saw these big time schools that Miami played against. You saw the old people in Indiana, and you saw Ole Miss, these great teams that Miami played that was arguably supposed to be teams to go to the national championship and win.
Right.
Now, looking at them up close, and you saw the little people at SMU and the little people at Louisville, who we dropped games against. When you look at this team, does this team compare to those big teams that you saw talent-wise, like Ohio State and those type of people like that? Do they compare to that size and talent?
We were bigger than them where we were supposed to, where we needed to be bigger than them in the trenches. And I think that shocked a lot of them. We were bigger and stronger than them in the trenches. And that's how the team was built. That's where he started it at. That's where all the money has went, right? In the trenches, right?
Right. So this team looks bigger than Ohio State last year.
Now across the board. Our roster wasn't as talented or as deep as theirs because they've been recruiting like, you know what I'm saying, madman for 10, 20 years, right? In the trenches, where we needed to be, we surprisingly surprised them. It was bigger and stronger than them, and I don't think they expected it. Bain and Mexico was better than their offensive line, and our offensive line was bigger than theirs because of the last 4 or 5 years, Mario Cristobal has recruited more blue chip offensive linemen than any team in the country. So now, the roster is filling out now. They had better rosters than us, right? From beginning to end because they've been good for a while. But we were stronger than them, Luke. We were bigger than them and faster. They seemed to be a step. Ohio State seemed to be a step slower than us.
Right, and that's expected because you have these teams in that particular conference that conference is a little slower. It's always been slower. The Big Ten has always been slower. And I remember when Michigan came down here to play, I think it was West Virginia and Gino the Bambino, and West Virginia was faster than them, you know. So that's kind of expected. That's kind of expected in a large part of it. But
each game was a different tale, Luke. Texas A&M, my villains, we got in the lab, and by the time it was time to play Texas A&M, we didn't think Texas A&M was better than Miami on paper. It was all smoke and mirrors. Like, we could see it, right? Ohio State, I think they sat back and watched us run all over Texas A&M and was laughing like they're not gonna do that to us. They didn't think it was real. I don't think they thought it was real. And I knew that Mark Fletcher the light had turned on. He looked like Mark Fletcher at Plantation. And when I interviewed him the other day, Luke, he said the same exact thing. He said, "You've been following me forever, man." He said, "It felt like I was back at Plantation again." And I had done told the villains the same exact thing, the same exact words. And I think Ohio State was sitting there saying, "They ain't gonna run on us like that." And it caught him off guard.
That Fletcher is a grown man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if that team shows up, Luke, if the way they were playing in the playoffs shows up, the ACC's in trouble, Luke. First ACC championship. They go undefeated in the ACC. Nobody's beating them playing at that level.
You think Miami win a national championship?
Yeah, they can.
Can they go undefeated?
Yeah. I think they'll be number one in the nation at some point in this year.
Really?
Yeah.
So why do they rank them so low?
Because 20 years of being mediocre, Luke, you got these blue blood schools. Listen, look, everybody look at me. Preseason rankings are dead. These kids are running around, they scrambling, they playing musical chairs. Nobody knows what anybody teams look like. So they just go with the teams that they. Bro, listen, Georgia got their face bashed in the playoffs, bro. Oregon got their face bashed in the playoffs. And they still just throw them right back up there.
Yeah, it's amazing when you look at it to see how they rank these teams and they put these teams back in these rankings. And like you say, I mean, every year they rank Alabama high and Alabama get taken down in the first week by teams that ain't on their level. And then they find themselves in a bad predicament. But so it's been widely said that there's no team in the NCAA that's going to go undefeated. You think Miami go undefeated?
Miami can go undefeated in the regular season. Yeah, then they just have to run the playoffs. Yes, now being in the ACC looks different when you're kicking people behind like you should be, right? Now being in the ACC is kind of like, hey, we just got to win the ACC. And you know what I'm saying? It looks different when you're Clemson whooping everybody behind in the ACC.
So you're saying this team with this quarterback and how stacked it is, the loss of Messidor, loss of Malgore, the loss of Baines, the loss of all the people that they lost to the draft is better than that team, stacked up better than that team is going to run the table?
They had 2 first rounders on that team, 3 first rounders. I can't say that they're. I can't say that they're better. I think it's 4.
Carson Beck look like a damn first rounder right now too. Shit.
I can't say that, right? I can't say that they don't have. I'm not gonna say they don't have 3 first rounders. I'm not gonna say that. So I can't say that though. We asked the same question in the membership the other night. So I can't completely say that, but we have a quarterback that has had a better year than Carson Beck ever had. We have they have some guys that we have a 2 D linemen that are projected first round, second round, maybe 3. So the strengths are at different places. The cornerbacks, like I said, we have 3 to 4 NFL cornerbacks.
Who can compete against Miami
in the ACC?
In college football?
Oh, people can compete. They still in
no. What team? If you had to pick, let's do the ACC first. If you had to pick a team in the ACC, who's the dangerous team in the ACC? Is it Clemson going to Death Valley?
No, it would be Louisville, NC State, or SMU. I don't know.
NC State.
Yeah, I think NC State's going to shock some people.
SMU, yeah, they don't. But do they play those people?
No, they play Clemson. They don't play NC State. They don't play SMU.
So you don't look at North Carolina being a threat?
No, that was one of the worst teams in college football last year.
Okay. You don't see these Friday night games as being trap games?
Those games are questionable. Going to Stanford, playing a late game at Stanford. The 3 teams that played at 6 p.m. in the West Coast from the ACC, 0-3 versus the spread. Oh. And I think 1-3. Yeah, I think 1 and 2 Boston College was a favorite, went over there and lost. Miami was a 10-point favorite, almost lost to Cal. Florida State was a 17-point favorite over Stanford, went over there, lost the game, and lost their quarterback in the same game.
Damn.
So those late games over there have been a problem. I just think Miami's at the point where they're getting to that point where they're going to start smacking people in the mouth in the ACC, like Clemson was doing a few years ago. Finally, Luke, finally, we got there. Finally, I think we got there.
And you're not worried about the Clemson game?
Miami hasn't won in Clemson since Tyrone Moss was the running back, right? Fine, I get it. I want everybody who worried about the Clemson game, go turn on Duke versus Clemson at Clemson last year.
You're not worried about Notre Dame game?
Notre Dame game, it will be tough. Even though I don't think Notre Dame, I think we're a bad matchup for Notre Dame, Luke, but that'll be tough beating them. We haven't beat them there since 1980.
But you just said they were going to run the table.
I said it'll be tough. I ain't saying they're going to lose. I said it'll be tough.
You're not worried about Manny Diaz and Duke?
We're a bad matchup for Notre Dame, Luke.
You're not worried about Manny Diaz and Duke?
They're going to be pissed off we took the quarterback. And that offense they got is wide open, Luke. That offense they got is wide open. I just think Mario has put the talent on a different level, and they don't have the Jimmys and Joes. Luke, OJ Frederick is a pit bull.
I knew he was going to be a first rounder.
Oh man, he's locking people up, choking people out in practice.
Let me tell you, my other guy, I hope he's going to be playing the safety from Columbus. That was another one of my favorites. See, I look at them when they're young puppies and they go out there and they little skinny, got the little skinny arms and all that. And then I see their little swag and I see they get up and they go. Where is he playing? Is he playing?
Bryce Fitzgerald?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guy. I like them.
Yeah, he's starting now.
He's starting?
Yeah, he's starting now.
Oh, that's my guy. That guy, any ball in the air, he's a ball hawk. Any ball that goes in the air.
Nickel. Right. So explain this to me, Luke. You're a defensive guru. He may be starting in the nickel. We all know he's a ball hawk. He had 5 interceptions as a freshman, right? Why would he be in the nickel? Is it just a fit for the team? They brought over Omar Thornton, who's a physical safety from Boston. Will kill you. He's a 1980 old school will knock you out safety, right? They brought him over. So they have starters. They have Poison. Why would they put Bryce Fitzgerald in the nickel if he's a ball hawk like that? Could you explain that?
Is he down or is he back? Where is he playing? Free or strong? Is he covering?
What Keontae Scott played last year. Sometimes they will blitz him. Sometimes but he's not. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's not.
I'm not going to question.
No, I'm asking you what would be the philosophy.
I don't know because again, when you have a ball hawk, that's very, very difficult to coach, right? That's very difficult to coach. Normally, that's a ball hawk, a free safety type dude who goes to the ball. You don't bring him in the box because you want him back as safety or free safety because he's going to go to the ball. A lot of kids, it's hard to coach them to not look at the man, but go to the ball, get the ball out of the air. And being that, unless they see something, he probably got 20 pounds on him. They want to blitz him. They figure he can cover. Sometimes, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not at their practice. I'm not looking at what they're looking at.
Maybe he's the better cover guy. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he's a better cover guy in the slot. I have no idea. But normally, like for instance, with me, unlike your friend who always say that he coached Amari Cooper and took him everywhere around the world, and he got him an offer at Alabama, which I took him to Alabama. But I put Amari Cooper at free safety, and Amari Cooper led the state in interceptions. Most people don't know that year because, again, he's a wide receiver, ball in the air. He see ball, he go in the ball. Unlike downhill safety, he see football player, he go in the football player, and not necessarily looking at the ball. You know what I'm saying? And so that guy, I seen shit. That guy was picking off everything in practice. So for them to put him down there, I don't know. I ain't questioning them people because they see the practice every day and they run their defense how they want to run it, and you never know what's going on. So now there is another thing right here. Where is you see high school football, Cal City getting chastised because of the menu that they have.
Right.
What they have? Chicken wings and lamb chops.
They had Studio 183 menu.
I mean,
at good prices.
The amount of kids leaving, public school to go to charter school so they can get a good meal, and obviously they're paying them too. I mean, what's your opinion of the school having a specialized menu and the enrollment is going up? Because obviously the principal is doing some good things over there, along with the football team becoming competitive. I mean, they won their first game in the other game. Where do you see this going in?
You know what, Luke, man? Some unsung heroes in our community, man, is Freezy and Flo Rida and what's the other guy name? The Freezy brother. I mean, they're doing, Luke, they're doing things in the community, man, that only somebody like you could rival, right? Like, they're just fixing things. They're just fixing things. The things that they put interest in, they're just fixing them. They brought out the shopping center over there, 441, and if you ride past it, it's more modern than any shopping center, right? Of that kind that you could find down in Dade County. And I think they're putting their money where their mouth is, which doesn't happen a lot, Luke. It don't happen a lot. And they got their head down and they keep doing it. They keep doing it. And whether people chastise them or they're just doing it because the tax write-off, they keep doing it. They keep building in the community. And I don't have not one goddamn bad thing to say about Freezy them and the stuff that they do, bro. Whether they went about it the wrong way or not, right? whether they went about it the wrong way, they saw a problem, they fixed it.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. They saw a problem, they fixed it. They didn't want to bother the county. They didn't want to go out there asking them. You know what I'm saying? The county already losing kids everywhere in schools and shutting schools down. So they just saw a problem, they fixed it.
So when you see all the controversy going on between the Rick Ross and the Freezies and all them other world in our community, I mean, what's your opinion of that?
I think sometimes things when I hear things when I hear it become so low when you're talking about wives and stuff like that. I think sometimes it's things that is not the argument is not what we see on social media. I think it goes deeper. I think it goes deeper than the trash or the reason you think they're arguing. Oh, one said 50,000 to the best rapper, and the other said 15,000. I don't think it's that. I think it goes deeper, and I think there's other things, other issues that they're not saying. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a little too serious.
All right, let me get you back to sports. When you're looking at these youth teams, what's the landscape of youth football? Is it still league, or is it within the program as national teams? I mean, what we got going on?
There are leagues. There are still leagues, right? There are still leagues. But what's happening is if you want to see what's happening in football, go see what happened to basketball. That's my homeboy Frog. He's one of the most knowledgeable basketball people I know. I just got off the phone with him today, and he was telling me how Columbus plays in OTE. Like Columbus basketball team focus is outside of the FSA SAA for the most part. Like they're playing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure if they're a part of the state championship run. Like if they're even a part of that. What's happening with basketball is what's happening with football, which you didn't think football could do it because of the travel and how much it costs to get is more kids, but it turned into travel football.
I looked at a team from Miami Guards go to Maryland in the middle of their season last week.
Oh,
and I'm trying to figure this out. Is there, say you got the park, you got the teams on the park, you got the Miami Gardens Ravens, Liberty City Warriors. Is there teams within the park, teams that are considered national travel teams all around the country, and they play different people and not their schedule? How's this working? I'm confused because I'm a Pop Warner coach.
Have their own identity, bro. Like these teams, I don't know if Liberty City has gotten like this, but Liberty City can have 6 teams, right? But these teams have their own identity. Sometimes they wear their own uniforms. They got their own nickname, the OTF boys. And you sometimes can't tell what park they're a part of.
So it's an organization within the organization.
Right.
So it's not defined what they are. So it's not like, okay, well, on our park, that team is a travel team and they play within the confines of the organization, but that team that travels. And then to clarify that, like that team last week from Miami Gardens that went to DC, I did ask the question, and the guy said it was their bye week. So on their bye week, they chose to go and play in a national DC game. Man, I mean, this is going a whole nother level. When you, I mean, you sit there, you know, some of these players are getting offered on the park, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of 8th graders.
Any of them getting NIL right now?
I haven't seen one on that level yet, to where it's like, dang, he brought his mama a car. I ain't seen that yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's trickling down.
All right, let me ask you another question. I'm staying here with sports. Miami Dolphins, how did they end up? I saw Omar Kelly in the parking lot at Trader Joe's. Omar Kelly would be going to Trader Joe's. I should have just brought him on here, but you being the guru that you are and knowing all sports, how you look at the Dolphins? What's going to happen? Because I'm still a little taken back by the mere fact that Tom Garfinkel is not over there anymore. Because when you look at what Tom Garfinkel did and brought to the Miami Dolphins, I mean, he made them more than just a football team and more than just a stadium. I mean, this man brought tennis there. This man brought what is it? IndyCar. It was Indy or NASCAR. Which one is NASCAR's in Homestead? He brought Formula One. I mean, the highest of the highest. He Jazz in the Gardens. All these different things. This man made that stadium an international destination. He brought soccer, world soccer there. You know, he did so many things outside of just football for that organization, and to let a guy go like that. How does Ross let a guy like him go before we even get to the football part of it? How does Stephen Ross let a guy like him go, and how do we replace him?
I think sometimes these guys with the money, with the big ideas, sometimes they just turn and go in different directions, Luke. You know how it is, Luke. Sometimes they just U-turn and go in a different direction. Hey man, we're gonna do something different. This ain't working. Like it ain't working. Even though your guy is a good guy, he's done some things, right? But
I mean, this dude, this dude has done something that I don't think has ever been done. I mean, you got stadiums around the country. Yeah. You know, SoFi has a bunch of concerts, has a bunch of award shows. SoFi is similar to this, but this guy transformed a stadium in Miami Gardens, and he fought because it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to get Formula One in there. He had to work with people in the community, work with commissioners and all that. And he had the politics to even get that done. I mean, to getting tennis from out of Key Biscayne and bringing it over here. You got to have vision to get these type of things done. You know, Jazz and the Guards embrace that, bring in Orange Blossom Classic to the stadium, you know, and I mean, big time concerts, world soccer into that stadium, into that venue, you know, because, you know, when you know about stadiums automatically lose money. Everybody want a brand new stadium, but in all actuality, stadiums lose money because you only have 6 games of the team that you purchased the stadium for. 6 freaking games, and the damn thing sits there empty for the rest of the year, and nobody is in there. But this dude made that an international destination for sports and bringing in all economic money here for South Florida. So, I mean, you got world tennis in there. All these different things that this man brought in here. I'm just mind baffled that the Dolphins could let a guy like him go. You know,
you mind baffled?
Yeah.
Listen, Luke. Sometimes you got to sell the farm and just reboot, right? You ask me how's it gonna go for the Dolphins? I wouldn't see the Dolphins play this weekend, Luke. Luke, we're talking 2007, boy. We're talking 2007, 1-15, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, bro. Jameis Winston looked like Joe Montana out there, bro.
Hold on. You're
stop
saying the
Jameis
Dolphins
Winston
is going,
stop.
and I'm looking at Jalen Waddle over there in Denver.
With the Dolphins. I shouldn't say that. I want to get credential with the Dolphins, but it's bad, Luke. 2007, 1-15. That's what it looked like.
So the Hurricanes could go beat the Dolphins right now.
Hurricanes got a chance to beat the Dolphins right now.
Miami Central got a chance to beat the Dolphins.
Central a quarter. Central played with them for a quarter.
Kansas City Chiefs could beat them.
If Rowe give a good speech, Kansas City Chiefs may be able to go in there, man, fight with them for about 3 quarters.
Hey, you keep videoing them speeches.
I don't know. St. Thomas versus the Dolphins. I don't know. That's a toss-up. You might.
You keep videoing them speeches. They ain't gonna let you in the no more stadiums.
My man say people buy tickets to see. Buy tickets to see people die.
Hey, they gonna run you clean up out here, man. You keep on videoing them speeches if you want to. Hey, Street, anything else you want to share with us, man? I'm happy to be back on here with you, man. I like your hat. I don't know who that is on your hat. Footballville.
Season, I'm feeling good.
How many JoJo games you gonna catch?
They play Saturday, bro. Jose. That's what we call him in the Discord. Jose. We can't say his name in the Discord till he go for 150 yards.
Okay, so who they play Saturday?
Virginia. They actually, I don't know if it's an ACC game or not, but they play Virginia.
Football started up, ladies and gentlemen. We got football. Now, my last question to you. Shedeur Sanders, do you think they're screwing him over? And what is your opinion of what the hell they trying to do in Cleveland?
I think Deshaun Watson is the one that they paid. You know how this works, Luke. They paid Deshaun Watson. Luke, guess who else they paid? Which y'all are not thinking about. Dylan Gabriel. Those are the 2 coaches that they paid. I mean, those are the 2 quarterbacks that they paid. Shedeur Sanders is the tax write-off. He was the one that was supposed to fail. So you know how it worked. But the money, you know what I'm saying? You know how it worked, Luke. They pay the kid. They pay the one they invested in. So Shedeur Sanders is fighting against that. I don't think Deshaun Watson to me act like he want to give it to Shedeur Sanders. Like he's talking crazy in the media. He being truthful and honest in the media. But Dylan Gabriel is the one that they needed to do something, and he laying down. Because he got what, 3rd round, 4th round money, right?
Yeah, 3rd round money.
So Luke, you tell me what are they doing?
I mean, hey, I had to ask you, the expert. Let me just say this. In my opinion, is this right? Yes, it's the money. I mean, In the NFL, because of collective bargaining and everybody just busts the money down, they just go in the back room, everybody cut the deal, everybody makes the same amount of money. It's 32 owners, and 32 owners are cutting the money up in 32 different ways. They look at Shedeur Sanders as a big money maker for the league and himself by his jersey sales, which I thought was brilliant. The fact that he changed the number so he could then make up whatever money that he's not making because of his draft status and them snubbing him. Right? Deshaun Watson is on the schedule. I think this is what I think. Monken is going at it almost similar to what they're doing in Las Vegas with Mendoza, in starting Kirk Cousins now. Let Mendoza learn up under him, watch the game from the sideline in a real organization, and eventually turn the keys over to Shedeur. Now, that's the logical world that everybody else lives in, but then there's Cleveland, and Cleveland do things different. Cleveland is different. They don't do things in the logical way. So the way I'm looking at it is just like you say. The bottom line, they paid Deshaun Watson all this money. They're going to throw him out there. Hopefully, Deshaun Watson prevail and do good for them. The question that they're going to be living with is the fact that Shedeur Sanders will now, because when you get drafted that low, you only get a 3 or 4 year contract. He will be going into the second year of a 3 or 4 year contract, I think. And now he'll be able to be, you normally re-up a guy when he got 1 year left, or you franchise him. I don't know how you franchise a guy that you don't start. You know what I'm saying? So Shedeur can really chill and make his money off his jerseys because he has the number one. He makes the most money of anybody in the league when it comes to endorsement money and jersey sales. So he makes up the difference in that department. He could just sit there and chill for another year and then become a free agent and be gone. So he ain't got no worries. To be honest with you, the ball is really in his court. I think Cleveland and everybody else, the Dolphins and all the rest of them, and the Jets, and a whole bunch of teams are sitting there waiting for Arch Manning and this young fellow at Miami. You know what I'm saying? So you got a real good body of quarterbacks coming out of college football this year that can come in right now and play for these teams right now. And so they're playing Russian roulette with the Shedeur situation. Shedeur's getting his experience. He'll be far ahead of these guys coming out of college, coming in from into the league. And we know how these quarterbacks come in. Everybody don't do good. Everybody look good coming out of college, but then they come into this game here and some of them fold the tent. So at the end of the day, I see 2 years from now Shedeur gone. Everybody want him gone right now. I don't see him being there. I don't see Dion re-upping him. I see at the end of the day, when this shit is all over, Cleveland will either have, which Arch Manning is not going to send his son. Arch is not coming in. The Manning family ain't going to Cleveland. They did that shit when they try to get Peyton and all of them. They're the only family that could do what Dion tried to do. And they'll still get drafted in the first round. Archie is not sending his son to no Cleveland. Ain't nobody going to Cleveland. Cleveland is going to end up with Dylan Gabriel, just like you say, in 2 years. Prime going to take his son up out of that hot mess over there, and they're going to continue being Cleveland. They're going to be going to a brand new stadium and be in Cleveland, and they ain't never going to do nothing with that organization as long as they got Haslam as the owner. That's where I see that shit at.
Damn.
And I hope Mario Cristobal don't do no crazy shit Like after they tank with Monk and they do Mario Cristobal the same way they did our other coach, Bush Davis, and talk him into going over there that shit show. Remember when Bush Davis left the University of Miami and left another dynasty team with a bunch of first round picks to go to Cleveland? Screwed his entire career. He almost came back, but he got caught on sanctions at North Carolina. But he went to Cleveland and left a team that he could have ran the table with again. Can you believe that? Did we win a national championship that year when he left?
Yeah. I think the people wanted him fired years before that. Then the team became good. And I think maybe he
everybody goes to die in Cleveland. Live and die in Cleveland. It's the place to be. Live and die in Cleveland. And my good friend Larry Williams, that's his team. I forgot to ask him about it. That's your good friend. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. I want to thank you, Streeter, for coming on, man. You got to come on more often, Streeter, because you get missing. You know, you be out there doing these press conferences, big time press conferences with Shannon Dawson and Mario Cristobal and all of them, and we can't find you. But at the end of the day, you're doing an excellent job out there on the trail, man. I'm gonna send a message to Mario and Dennis Smith to tell them to treat you better. I need you on the airplane. I'm not going to stop until they put you on the plane with the rest of the people. Matter of fact, I'm going to send them a message to say, put Streeter on the plane. Oh, you like my hat? You like my hat? It's a cock.
What it is? A cock. Oh, man. Program taking a turn for the worse.
I'm just saying, man. No, I think. Hey, look. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Streeter, for coming on, man. I appreciate you. I'll call you when we get off Footballville. The best place to be. Make sure y'all go follow Streeter on YouTube, Footballville. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on Facebook. Follow him on X and all that. Footballville is the place to be. That's where they have the great information. I want to play this for you all because I need to remind you, you need to get this back in Miami Gardens at the Hard Rock Stadium Labor Day weekend, September 6th. If you haven't got your ticket by now, I don't know what you're waiting for. Be in the stands and chill on South Florida's very own Coach Quinn Gray as he bring in his Florida A&M Rattlers to take on Coach Barry of South Carolina State Bulldogs. You don't want to miss the pregame fan fest with some of South Florida's biggest and best talent on stage September 6th, Labor Day weekend, Hard Rock Stadium. It's going to be an HBCU takeover. Rattler Nation, Bulldog Nation, everybody get your tickets now at the OrangeBlossomClassic.com. It's going to be a movie, I'm telling you.
We cannot tolerate Black intelligence. We cannot tolerate Black beauty. We cannot tolerate Black confidence. We cannot tolerate Black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a Black person. We don't like Black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want Black judges. We don't want anything for Black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a Black nanny. We can have a Black house cleaner. We can have a Black teacher. We can have a Black coach. We can have Black players. But only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with.
Now let's address what this lady had to say. And because it's really, if you listen to everything she said, I'm going to break it down in 4 words. Just 4. Number 1, misery. According to her, they don't like Black joy. Well, why you don't like Black joy? It's because you're miserable. Well, everybody say misery loves company, and we're not being the company with you. So you're just miserable. And you know people who's miserable, they can't. And listen, let me tell you what's even worse with their misery. They know everything they've done to us, and yet we still put a smile on our face.
We're still happy. We're still joyous. We're still all of that, right? And yet they're not, and they had everything literally handed to them. So that's word number one. According to her and her assessment of her community, they are truly miserable. Number
debate with this girl knows her stuff. You gotta watch this.
All right, Cora, this is going great. You're a sharp.
To the Texas Roadhouse in Jacksonville, Florida, at the town center. So we made reservations for 5:15 for like 8.
I'm just showing y'all this stuff. No more Jacksonville Roadhouse. I'm gonna go stop at it when I'm in Jacksonville. Shouts out to Jacksonville. I'll be there on Thursday. But check this out. This is what I want to really leave you all with right here. This is a debate, a biblical debate that was very, very interesting.
Pick the wrong person to debate with. This girl knows her stuff. You gotta watch this.
All right, Cora, this is going great. You're a sharp girl. Is there someone that you're thinking you may want to have a deeper conversation with?
Yeah, absolutely. There is somebody that I was thinking about, somebody that I did kind of want to go on a back and forth with. It was kind of diminished due to the fact that there was, 3 other people that needed to speak, but I felt like this person had some substance to offer, and I did want to be able to retort to all of it, so.
All right, and who is that lady?
It's Shanasa.
Shanasa. Come on down.
All right, my claim is that Jesus is God.
All right, so your claim is that Jesus is God. So what evidence do we have to indicate that Jesus himself either preached to be God or preached that he should be receiving worship and so on and so forth? It doesn't have to be verbatim, but even, I guess we can say some sort of an allusion to it.
Right. So first I want to start by going back to the Torah, because there was a verse that was misquoted in one of the previous prompts. It's one of my favorite verses. This verse is one of the clearest verse or passages that demonstrate the triune nature of God, which then would point to Jesus being amongst that triune nature. And it was Isaiah, you said 56, and I think Chantel said 53, but it's Isaiah 48 verses 12 through 16. That passage you said was Isaiah, but it's actually a person that identifies himself as such. Verse 12 starts off by saying, I am he, I am the first, I am also the last. It says, I have laid the foundations of the earth with my hand, and I have stretched the heavens with my right hand. Notice this person doesn't even need 2 hands to lay the foundation of the earth. He says, from the beginning, I was there. And now the Lord God and his Spirit have sent me. That's Isaiah 48 verses 12 through 16, where the speaker identifies himself as the first and the last. He gives you his spiritual resume, how he created the heavens and the earth with 1 hand each. And then he goes on to say, the Lord God, wait, I thought this was the Lord God. I thought the first and last would be the Lord God. And now his Spirit, which the Christian would say is the Holy Spirit, has sent me. And that's one of my favorite verses because I think it's one of the clearest passages that demonstrate the triune nature of God.
I wanted to end the show with that, which I thought was a very interesting debate. Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed rest of the week. Until the next time, may the good news be yours. Peace. I love you all. Adios, amigo.
Make the booty go, 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 pop, pop, make the booty go, pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm gonna tell you my new song. I need some bad girls. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.
Sit on